Well, hello. Welcome to the Ram Show. It's Sunday, December 16th, 2018. And Zach's here too. Who's late.
Don't ask about it. Just don't.
You can't say don't ask about it and then expect me not to ask about it.
Well, what that actually means is I'm not even gonna bother telling you.
I should know Zach by now. Let me guess. As Zach would describe it, some stupid I had to take care of something and...
No.
Interesting. Now I'm intrigued, because normally that's how the story goes. Normally it's, oh, somebody wanted me for some...
Either I had to work or I had to do some other crap. But no. Just...
Or Zach forgot.
No, it makes me angry. Just stop talking about it before I get upset.
Zach upset? I don't know if I've ever actually seen an angry Zach before.
I don't know if you have either, honestly.
I don't think I've ever seen an angry Zach before, or like a mad Zach before, but I think I've seen you... I've definitely seen you irritated. It doesn't take much.
Well, of course it doesn't.
That's the difference between me and you. It takes a decent amount to, like, irritate me with things. Well, maybe not, but a decent amount for me to at least show it. You'll just put it all out there. So, yep. Anyways, alright. Well, we're all here now, so let's, I don't know. Is there any updates? Do you have any updates this week?
Heck no.
Yeah. When are you buying parts for your system?
I don't know, actually. I'm kind of unable to ignore the potential cost savings of waiting for Ryzen 3000.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm kind of half upset about
what? About that?
About that, because I'm conflicted. It's like, do I want to wait? I probably should wait, but do I want to? I probably will, because a few $100 is a few $100, you know.
That's
Savings,
true.
like...
That is true. I'm going to laugh if this turns into Vega all over again.
I hope. It can't. It can't, right? They haven't dropped the ball with Ryzen, right?
But okay, hold on.
They're transitioning to 7 nanometers, so it could be crap.
Hold on.
They could completely royally screw it. I don't think they will, though.
Surely they won't. I don't think they will either. But, like, let's think about this, okay?
I do remember. I was like, yeah, they'll have a good jump in performance, and I can justify upgrading my card. And then they came out like 500 watts, and I'm just like, no.
Let's remember, anytime Zach apparently wants to, like, do anything, he gets all hyped up about something. It just apparently just, like, blows up in his face.
No.
Well, it did with Vega. You were hyped about Vega.
It could have been good. It could have been good, but it wasn't. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. And this is why you read about the stuff before you go and buy the stuff. Because the stuff came out, and then you read about the stuff, and
well, we have an
interesting... Lo and behold, everyone says the stuff. It sucked.
We have an interesting story about Nvidia coming up later, but let's start with this. Let's see. One of the robots used to deliver food around the UC Berkeley campus caught fire on Friday. An issue the company blamed on a faulty battery replacement. Oh, here we go with batteries again.
Here we go with batteries.
The Kiwi robot, one of more than 100 used to deliver food around the campus and city, caught fire Friday afternoon in front of the school student union, according to a report in the school student newspaper, the Daily Californian. The fire was quickly extinguished by a passerby, KiwiBot said in a statement. Now, KiwiBot said it pulled all robots from operations from service while it investigated the incident. Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Right.
So I work at a retailer where we deal with a decent number of batteries on a daily basis. And I haven't seen any blow up. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Don't you remember that was kind of the thing for a while? Like, batteries just everywhere were, like, catching fire?
Sure.
I mean, predominantly in the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, I think it was, right?
Yes. That was a thing that I remember.
So I do device repair, and we've been doing a lot of battery swaps right now. And one of the things that we'll see in batteries is them swelling. And what we're kind of thinking happens with them is that the charging electronics in the battery that tell the battery, or tell the device, when the battery is full and stuff like that, and tells it to stop basically pulling a charge. We're wondering if those like wear out, and then what happens is once they do, they stop working correctly, and the battery just keeps charging and charging and charging until it overcharges and then swells. So I don't know if that's, something that's potentially going on with the batteries that have been like, blowing up and things like that, or if somehow they're getting punctured, or it's just like a really cheap replacement battery that's being used too. One thing I will say about batteries is you get what you pay for. So if you buy a cheap battery, But I think that's probably true with a lot of things, Some things you can get away with, like, paying less money for, but batteries, not one of them. So, anyways, didn't Lime, like the scooter company, have this problem a couple weeks ago, I think? Like their scooters catching on fire or something like that?
I don't know.
Excuse me. Immediately upon learning of the incident, our operations team was dispatched to attend to the robot, the company said in a blog post. At no time were customers or members of the public at risk. That's good. I don't know. What's your whole take on the autonomous, like, delivery of, like, goods and stuff?
I mean, it'll get better.
Like, okay, are you against it?
And then it will be a thing. It will be the standard.
Are you against it? Are you like, cool? Or like, I don't care? Where does Zach sit on this?
It's definitely coming. That's it.
I think so. Let's talk about autonomous cars real quick. Where's your stance on that?
Gimme.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, okay? Because some of the autonomous car companies right now are building cars that...
They're safer than human drivers by a huge amount. So, I don't know.
Software's not great yet. I think it will get better. But, like, here's the thing, okay? Would you buy an autonomous car that is absolutely, completely autonomous? There is no way for user interaction whatsoever. No pedal, like, no brake, no gas pedal, no steering wheel.
And yeah, it's gonna happen.
Right,
it's gonna happen,
but no. I'm saying right now, right this minute, money's not an object. Would you buy one? Would you trust it?
Yeah, I would.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know if I would trust it yet.
I mean...
Okay, don't get me wrong.
They've been being tested for how many years?
Right, but how...
These have been floating around?
Right, but how often... Okay, I guess maybe not how often, but we still hear of incidents where the software is not there yet. I think... Here's my thing, okay? The idea of an autonomous car, cool. I like it. Is it the future? Yes. Is it ready for Like, is it ready to be out there today? Kind of.
It's not ready to just chuck it into mass production right now, but I would not distrust it. I don't think it's going to get me killed.
I would distrust it right now. I would distrust, at least, okay, so here's the thing, right? So a Tesla, something like that. At least in a Tesla, I have the ability to take over if I need to. That split second, I need to take over.
But
I need to slam on the brake. Okay? Versus...
Go ahead. That's not even self-driving, though.
No, because it does self-drive. You put it in self-driving mode with the ability to control it yourself.
Not fully self-driving.
It is once you put it in that mode.
Okay, but you cannot do that under all conditions. Fairly sure you can only do it on, like, highways, can't you?
I'm not sure. Regardless, I think some sort of human interaction in an emergency situation needs to be there because software is not always perfect. Software can't think in the same way a human can. So, in terms of, see, this is what's interesting, is you would say you would hop in an autonomous car right now, today, and trust that the software is not going to kill you.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't trust that yet. I don't trust that enough. I don't.
Well, people do.
I think...
How do you think they get tested?
Right, but they're testing them in areas where there is a limited number of people, I believe.
I believe they are tested often in urban areas. Aren't they?
Something like that. In like Arizona or something like that.
Yeah, that's seems like a rough environment. A lot of stuff going on.
Right? I don't trust it enough yet to not be able to have any interaction with the vehicle if I need it. Not yet.
Well, good thing nobody's built one like that.
No, they have, I think. They're I thought I read something about it maybe last week or something, I don't remember, but I think they're working on it. Chevy or Ford or something like that.
They're working on it.
Or, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust that enough yet, though. Nope. Not for me. All right. A new version of Firefox for desktop and Android, version 64, is out. And it comes with a few nifty features for more intensive tab and extension use. Okay. Mozilla says you'll now see suggestions in regular browsing mode for new and relevant Firefox features, services, and extensions based on how you use the web. What are you thinking, Zach?
Turn it off. I don't need suggestions. I know what I want.
It's a feature that won't work in private browsing mode and is not based on your browser history. One such example is Firefox recommending to try Google Translate if it sees you're consistently using Google's natural language tool. Another new feature of version 64 is something Mozilla is calling enhanced tab management, which means that you'll now be able to select multiple tabs in your tab bar and group them together to move, close, bookmark, or pin them. Actually, that's kind of cool. I like that.
That seems fine.
Firefox's updated task manager will also now tell you the energy impact of individual tabs. Interesting. In the event that you're using a laptop or Android phone and you and are concerned about intensive browser tasks that might be power hogs, like websites mining in the background. Did that? I think we had a story about that a ways back where there was a website that was using your system to mine for them or something like that every time you visited their website. Anyways.
I've heard of several instances of that.
Yeah. On Android, Mozilla says it's improving scrolling speed and improved a few other performance-related metrics, but nothing really groundbreaking on the mobile end. All these features are available now, and you can also download the developer version of Firefox if you choose so. Interesting. I don't see any mention about the suggestions being able to be turned off, but I would hope that they've left that as an option. I bet you, though, it's turned on by default. So, anyway.
I'm sure that's on by default, yeah.
You know what? I think what it is an attempt to be helpful, but I think for some people it is more of an annoyance than something that's helpful. You know what I mean?
I bet that more people are going to be annoyed by it than actually appreciate the feature.
Yeah.
I know it would be annoying for me.
Oh yeah,
I don't care about this crap. I know what I want.
Right.
I don't need them telling me what I should use.
Interesting. Update on my phone. NFL crap. Zach doesn't care about. I think there is only.
I thought you were talking about it. For a second, I thought that you were talking about like one of those built-in trash apps.
No. The NFL app.
Jeez. If I puke on my keyboard, are you gonna buy me a new one?
No. Nope. That's on you.
Well.
Like, okay, I'm not a huge like sports guy, but like I actually do enjoy sitting down and watching a football game from time to time.
Oh, don't you mean you enjoy watching commercials and occasionally they play football?
I mean, okay.
You know it's true.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a decently limited number of commercials. Usually what they'll end up doing is they'll end up playing commercials during like timeouts and stuff like that, because for the most part they try not to break up the flow of the game. Anyways, I'm trying to think. There's probably like really only one sport that appeals to Zach. Can I guess what it is?
What? I don't particularly enjoy watching sports at all.
No. Not watching sports, partaking in sports.
No.
No. There's one that I can think of. But only one. Takes place right about now. Around this time of year.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's like the one sport that you partake in.
Yeah, I guess so. Of it?
This is true. No. I just that's where I went when I looked at that. Let me ask you now, for anyone who's watched the show, they may know what we're talking about. They may not know what we're talking about, but you certainly will after I say this. Have you hit the slopes yet this year?
No.
Really?
Probably will soon, though.
Really?
It's been kind of warm.
Yeah, it kind of has been. Yeah, but like the Alps and them, they make their own snow.
Sure.
So, anyways. Wait, where do you normally go? Because you don't normally hit the Alps, do you?
Sometimes.
Anyways. We've talked about that in the past before. I think it would be interesting for, like, a Tech Beam, like, trip to go, like...
I'll be waiting at the bottom the whole time for you guys. Jeez.
You know what? Okay, hang on. I've skied before. It's been a while, but I feel like it's kind of like riding a bike.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I would be interested in. Never mind. I would be interested in Joe. I think that would be the one that would be. I would probably after first couple of hills probably wouldn't go so well for me. After that, I'd probably be doing pretty good. I don't know though. Like, okay, here's the thing.
Well, I guess we'd have to see about that.
Here's the thing, okay? I feel like they hype up the black diamonds a little bit more than they actually are like hyped up to be. Or is that true or is that false?
Here, yes.
Okay.
Not in the mountains though.
I've never gone skiing in the mountains before. What about you?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay. Like the closest like mountain kind of thingy I've done is like Afton Alps, and I don't think you can even really call that like a mountain. So have you gone out to like Colorado then and done it? Is that where?
Yeah.
You know, I've got family out there. That would be fun.
It was really nice. It was actually really nice.
See, this always gets me every single time because Zach is this very like, I want nothing to do with people. I want nothing to do with the outdoors. But like,
well, it's because I've been doing it for so long.
Right, exactly. Wait,
still do it.
So you mean to tell me that Zach actually like, young Zach was actually like, hey, I don't mind being outdoors.
If I had never skied before, I never would do it.
Right.
But it's like, well, I do it all the time anyway.
Right. But like, okay, how did this?
It was in 4th grade. Like, that's the first time I went skiing.
Okay.
You know?
Was it like on a whim?
Of course it was cool in 4th grade. No.
No, it wasn't on a whim. Oh, okay. So
because okay.
Give me the back.
Both of my
backstory.
parents ski.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
They ski, and so, you know, I guess just one year they were like, yeah, you guys are taking ski lessons. You know, me and my sister. Okay. Actually, no, it was just me, and then she was jealous, so they let her take ski lessons too. And so, yeah, that was when I was in 4th grade. Okay. I don't know, and that was it. Then every Saturday we went.
See, that's a clearer picture because I was like, I don't just see Zach being like, hey, I want to go
try
this.
I did not just take it up one day. It was kind of dropped on me, and I'm like, cool, because I was in 4th grade. Right. Of course, I was like, cool.
Back before Zach like created opinions about everything is dumb.
Well, I don't know about that actually. Whatever.
Anyways. All right, moving on. Oh yeah. We got to do this.
We have to do what exactly?
Every time you can't hear the show like on your end, so like if there's a decent pause right there, like that's usually the Microsoft News open right there, which is exactly what that was.
Okay.
So that's that weird pause every show on your end because you can't actually hear it. You know, if somebody actually followed the rundown, they'd actually know where we were in the show. It doesn't sound
like anything. It's just you stop talking for a few seconds. That's it.
Right.
Nothing great.
Right. But if somebody actually had the rundown open, they'd actually know where we are in the show. Just saying.
Okay, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean much to me here. You know, I don't need to know. Sometimes it can be cool to know, but I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't know where we're at. I don't care. I'm just here until we're done. That's it.
Right, but I'd like you to be more engaged with the show.
Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe if we ever start making some money off of this or something, then I feel like that would probably change. If you were actually seeing dollar amounts rolling in, you probably maybe have a different perspective on it.
Sure, I'll bite.
You'll bite? Okay. Okay. So let's put this out there right now. Okay. So show starts gaining a viewership. Okay.
You're gonna try to get me to say, like, promise you something. I'm not gonna, not taking the bait.
You know me too well. No, what I was gonna say is, the show gets big enough. People start actually...
Because I've learned that that's a bad idea.
We actually have a viewership. Maybe some money's coming in. For sure if money's coming in. Okay. For sure if money's coming in. And you're getting a cut of it, you have to have a webcam at that point. Fair enough?
Oh, get out.
Fair enough?
Fair enough. I'm not saying fair. I'm not taking the bait. Taking the bait.
At that point, I feel like I probably have a tad bit more leverage over you, though.
This is the bait.
Because you'd be getting money at that point.
This is the bait.
Zach knows me too well. Ah, dang it. I meant to pull up that clip of Zach a couple weeks ago saying, hey, do you want my phone number? I'll give it to you.
Okay, but then we went through this. I don't want to hear this either. I don't want to hear this either.
Because, see, he knows I'm right. He knows I'm right.
Yeah, but I don't care. You think I care, but I don't care.
No. I know you don't care.
See, I said that, and then
Zach,
I was like,
I've known you long
it doesn't
enough.
matter.
I've known you long enough. I have known you long enough to the point where I know that. You know what else I was thinking about the other day?
I'm glad to hear it.
You know what else I was thinking about the other day was your technical title for TechBee Media is Chief of Hardware. No. Is Chief of Hardware, right?
That's a stupid title.
Well, yeah, you think it's too what? What did you say?
Pretentious. That's what it is.
You think it's too pretentious. Okay. So
for me,
what then would you propose as your title?
I don't know. I don't really need a title, do I?
No, but if you did, let's say it was a legitimate company.
Oh, great. I don't know. Stop this.
I'm brainstorming new ideas to give you a less pretentious, but still
accurate. Are we supposed to be doing something else right now?
Accurate.
I feel like we are.
We're supposed to...
I'm going to try to deflect the conversation.
Have you not?
I do feel like we are supposed to be doing something.
No. Have you not met me? And have you not met this show before, dude? Okay? Ram show? I mean,
literally,
we go off on tangents and totally start talking about other stuff. That's what the show is. What did anyone expect from this show?
Look, not this tangent. Okay, this tangent sucks. Give me a different one.
I love how Zach always tries to redirect things. Dude, you realize that people have been doing this to me for years, and I know what it is. I know what they're doing, and...
I'm not trying to be covert about it.
That's one of the things that I actually like. I like about your personality is that you're just like, nope, I know what I'm doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I've chosen to do that.
You know what? Okay, so let me say this. One of the best things about doing this show with you is I think the chemistry between us in terms of like the interaction is actually decently well, because you know what presses my buttons and I know what presses your buttons.
So are you an expert on that now?
What do you mean?
You're an expert, I don't know, at rating how we're doing?
No, I'm not an expert at rating how we're doing. I just think that I think from the standpoint of watching the show back and things like that, that our interaction is pretty decent between each other. I mean, you can have some kind of judge of that. I probably have more than you because I actually probably pay attention more to the production value of the show than you do. You just got to show up. So
that I do. That's
what I do. Mean, what else do I expect from Zach? You know, I'd like to believe that I could expect more out of Zach, but I've learned that it's just not going to happen. Sadly. Does that sound pretty spot on, Zach?
Sure. I don't know. What of it?
Oh man. All right. Moving on. Microsoft's new Chromium-based Edge browser intends to support existing Chrome extensions. a member of the software development team has confirmed on Reddit.
So
So
what they're gonna do is they're going to try and get existing Chrome users to use their crap. That's what they're gonna do.
So I think what's going to
They
happen
want
is...
to make it as easy as possible for somebody to just be like, you know what? I want to switch to the new browser, this browser from Chrome. They're going to try to make it easy to try and entice people to do it.
I see a problem with this, and I wonder if you see the same problem with this. People are not fans of what, Zach?
There's a lot of things you could be talking about here, and I don't know which thing. So I'm thinking of things that Microsoft does that people don't like. Telemetry data, automatic updates.
I'm thinking of something even more simple than that. It's basic, like, human psychology.
Change?
There you go. Exactly. We are not.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's going to be included in Windows 10. And look at how many people...
Hold on. Okay?
What?
Hold on. It's going to be included in Windows 10, yes. But Edge is also included in Windows 10, and how many people use that?
Actually, I was about to go there. I was going to say, look at how many people use Edge solely because it's just included. It's just there, and they don't have to download something. Like, seriously. I'm talking low-end users here. So maybe I should clarify that.
Okay. Usage share of desktop browsers. Now, hold on. This is coming from Wikipedia, so take this with a grain of salt. Yeah, take this with a grain of salt. But
it's like, consider how many people still use it just because it's included, even though it sucks.
Well,
right?
Okay.
Now, what if it was decent? What if it was just half decent? It was okay.
Hold on. Net market share, November 2018. What do you think is the highest used browser?
Chrome.
Yeah, exactly. 65.49%. Okay.
Cool.
Where's Edge?
It's gonna be less than 10, I bet.
Oh, it's way less than 10. But you want to know what's even crazier?
What?
Okay. This is interesting. Internet Explorer beats out...
Oh, great. Of course it does. Yep.
beats out
Edge.
And Firefox.
Wow.
Okay, but hold on. Okay. We also have to think about the market share of Windows 7, of operating systems as well.
Probably just old people who've been using it for a decade and aren't even bothered to change it.
Well, okay. So think about this. Think about this. In a business environment, right? Most businesses right now are still sitting on Windows 7. Internet Explorer is baked right into Windows 7, and most large corporations probably encourage their staff to use Internet Explorer because it's simply built in. There's nothing for them to install, for them to update, for them to maintain. And think about how many giant corporations out there don't allow their users to install third-party software onto their systems, right?
Yep, that's a thing too.
So that's probably why that Internet Explorer net market share is actually as high as it is. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, I find it a little strange that IE beats out Firefox, at least. I wouldn't expect that. But let's see here. Oh, this one is combining Edge and Internet Explorer together. Let's see here. Interesting. So, I don't know. I think maybe you might have some truth to your
I'm sure. Seriously.
your logic, but okay. But think about it this way, okay? Even somebody who is a average consumer user, right? Okay, is probably going to at least have somebody in their life who is more technologically advanced, if not in the house themselves, that is probably going to install some other version of a web browser on that system. At least that's the case in my house. My mother's laptop, she doesn't use Edge. I think she's actually on Firefox. So, but no, you're probably right. Average consumer probably still using Edge. Maybe. Let's see. Where are we at? So, the announcement will be good news for anyone who relies on the thousands of extensions in Chrome's library, which adds functionality ranging from integrating password managers and project management apps to one that simply replaces Elon Musk's name with Grimm's boyfriend whenever it appears on a web page. I don't know if that was a glitch kind of thing that happened. Anyways. But see, here's my other question, right? So if you're relying on Chrome for its extensions, right, why would you all of a sudden then switch back to Edge? Just because, oh, hey, look, Edge can now, support my Chrome extensions that I was using. They're going to have to do something that makes it a better user experience than what Chrome can give you. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing there is I don't know. I think what Microsoft is doing is they're saying, hey, Google has built a very, very successful web browser. Let's utilize that kind of back end and technology implemented into Chrome, or not Chrome, Edge, and, but at that point, Google has done most of the work for them because now they're just using Google's back end basically for the browser. So it's basically going to be probably like Chrome with Edge,
it's just going to be Chrome with an Edge skin on it.
Yeah, with an Edge skin slapped on it. I don't know. But does it... That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft's plan on this really is. Is the logic that, oh, hey, Chrome is the most used browser, we're going to use it as a backend, but then we're going to slap our own stuff on it. Hey, people are actually going to enjoy our browser now.
I mean, I don't know. They will probably get a considerable amount of additional market share just solely because of the fact that people aren't going to switch off of it because, ew, it sucks.
Yeah, but it's still gonna look like Edge probably, and it's probably going to function slightly different from Chrome.
Yeah, I suppose this does all assume that it doesn't suck, which it could suck.
Right. Okay. Microsoft has a track record of taking things and inevitably finding some way of just messing it up. And so it opens up that question of, what are they going to screw up on this one? I think the other problem is because it's such a back-end thing, are people really going to, especially an average consumer, right? Are they really going to notice the changes in Chrome? Because their whole perspective of the browser is the way it looks. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the back end, being changed up, well, somebody's going to open it and be like, this is assuming that they don't. This is assuming that they basically take what Edge looks like now, maybe make a few small design changes, but not really. Like, if you open it up, it's going to be like, oh, hey, it still looks like the old Chrome. Or Edge, I mean. So, I don't know. This will be interesting to see how this pans out. I don't know. Should we make our predictions now?
I mean, it's mostly just funny that they're like admitting it sucks and making something different.
But see, they're not even making something. They're literally taking something that somebody else has created because it's way more successful than what they came up with. And they're saying, hey, we're just going to use your code and then slap our own skin on it. So, at that point then, why does it make more sense for Microsoft to just say, hey, Google, why don't, we work out some kind of deal where, I don't know, does Google go for that though? Does Google go for paying Microsoft to be the pre-installed...
I can't help with that yet.
Thank you, Google, in the background. The pre-installed, default browser that comes with Windows built in. You know what I mean? Or is Microsoft like, yeah, but we still want control over it because it's Microsoft?
Microsoft wants all of it, I'm sure.
So, I don't know. I think what their plan is that by using Google's backend, the backend that they know works well, that they're like, hey, it's going to improve our browser and people aren't going to hate it because it doesn't suck. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this all works as it rolls out. But, yeah, let's make our predictions now. Is this going to be, great for Microsoft and, work out?
It won't be great.
Or is it going to be...
It won't be insane, but I'm sure it will do better than Edge.
Really? Well, but see, here's the problem. It's literally...
It's a low bar, remember. It's a very low bar.
But here's the problem. It literally will be Edge with a different backend. That's
okay, but it does have
changing.
A couple of additional features.
What does?
And it doesn't, go backwards in any specific ways, does it?
It is.
If it regresses in any areas, then there might be some problems.
It is Microsoft.
People just
after
not
all.
wanting to use it.
It is Microsoft after all. Let's remember that.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't know.
I have no idea what they'll do.
Do you think it's gonna work out, or do you think it's just gonna be a complete flop again?
I don't know. I think what I said before.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think, I don't know. I think Google has built such an established following in terms of its browser that Microsoft will never be able to overtake that. So, even if they are using Google's backend,
it will just be good
browser,
for the casual users who use Edge as it is anyway.
Right.
Because they're going to get something better.
Yeah, a slight improvement. So, anyways. Oh. Who's your favorite tech company to talk about when it comes to lawsuits, Zach? Any guesses? No? None at all? Or I've lost Zach, did I lose you? Are you still there? Hello?
Hello, I'm here. I've been here. I said, is it Comcast?
Oh, no, I didn't even hear that.
Hold on.
Oh, and he's gone. This is the part where we get the I wonder if that's copyrighted. The what is that? It's
Hello?
Hi there. It's the
Hello?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm finishing a thought. It's like the I want to say they use it in The Simpsons, but it's like the technical error music. Do you know what I'm talking about, Zach?
Just elevator music.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The one that's like.
No, I actually don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Oh man, now I gotta find this. Hold on.
Don't worry about it.
You know me too well. I can't. I want to say. Is this it? Oh. There's a nice ad there. Yeah, I know. Ad block.
Actually, where did you?
This is what I'm talking about. I wonder if that's actually like copyrighted or not.
Actually, yeah, it probably is.
That one right there. That's what I'm actually talking about right there. But I don't know. I don't know if that's copyrighted or not. Anyways. No, we're talking about Apple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, a lawsuit filed Friday accuses Apple of lying about the display specs in its iPhone X series.
Really?
Two plaintiffs filed the suit in the U.S. District Court of Northern California, alleging Apple falsely advertised the screen sizes and pixel counts on the displays in its iPhone X, iPhone XS, and iPhone XS Max devices. The plaintiffs are seeking class action status. Apple didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. The suit alleges that Apple lied about the size of the screens by counting non-screen areas like the notch and corners, so the new line of iPhones aren't all screen as marketed according to the 55-page complaint. For example, iPhone X's screen size is supposed to be 5.8 inches, but the plaintiffs measured that it's only about 5.6875 inches. Wow, really? We're getting that specific? Anyways, the plaintiffs also allege that the iPhone X series phones have lower screen resolutions than advertised. iPhone X is supposed to have a resolution of 2436 by 1125, but the product doesn't contain true pixels with red, green, and blue subpixels in each pixel, according to the complaint. Are we just taking things too far now and suing people just to sue people? Like...
I mean, it is funny because it's Apple, but...
It is funny because it's
right.
Apple. But, like, at
You're
this
probably
point...
right.
At this point, I feel like this is taking it a bit far.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's Apple, so I'm gonna laugh anyway, but... I don't know.
Like, I thought that this was going to be way more in-depth than it actually was, but nope, not really. Okay. Here's something that we can talk about, however, though. So, when you upgrade, you're looking at upgrading graphics, I'm guessing?
My computer?
Yeah. You're going to update your card, right?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Depends what's out. Right now is a bad time, so probably not right now. But
yeah,
also probably not
especially
right now
considering.
anything,
so I guess like a few weeks ago, I don't know how I missed the story, but like some guys like 2080 Ti like caught fire under like normal circumstances.
There's been a whole panic over 1080 Ti's that have been going out, but I don't know if it's entirely legitimate reason to panic about anything.
Well, it's definitely affecting Nvidia.
The failure rates have been any higher than in the past, so...
Really? There's just more press about it right now?
I think. I did see some information that suggested that.
Because all of this hype about 2080 Ti and like the 200 series cards, right? Or 2000 series cards, is
RTX, guys. It's got RTX.
apparently ray tracing and like real time is actually really cool. Like it adds so much
It
more to
is
like
really
the
cool,
videos.
but it's also incredibly performance expensive and impractical
right.
at the moment.
And
This is not. Also, it's supported in all of one game. Battlefield 5 supports it, and I don't think anything else.
Okay. Well,
I don't think any other games support it. It's like, what?
Regardless of all that, all the negative press is really taking a toll on Nvidia right now. So, Nvidia is a company that has reached the highest highs and the lowest lows, all in the span of just a couple of weeks. So, over the past 2 months, Nvidia's stock has dropped from a closing price of $289.36 on October 1st to an opening price just the other day of $148.42, which is a decline of 48.8%. What do you make of that, Zach?
As a not finance person, I don't really make anything of it.
Okay.
Honestly.
Well, but see, here's the thing you have to understand about finances, even if you're not a big finance guy. Okay? Is on the stock market.
Prices are low. That's not good.
Exactly. There we go. And to drop
that I understand.
To drop that much in that span of time is slightly alarming. From October 1st to just the other day, a decline of 48.8%. So, it takes a lot for a company to lose nearly half its value. And see, that's the thing. Nvidia has lost like nearly half of its value in a short period of time. But Nvidia is proving that an otherwise strong technology business can disappear in the blink of an eye. The company faces an almost perfect barrage of headwinds to its core products that it's stalling its plans for long-term chip domination. So, Nvidia has traditionally made graphical processing units that are excellent at the kinds of parallel computation required for gaming and applications like computer-aided design. It's a durable and reputable business, and one that Nvidia has a commanding market share in. As we've heard, though, the 200 series cards have not been doing great. So,
well, I mean, here's the thing. They're not bad cards. It's just that their staple feature is just kind of useless. You know, the RTX guys, ray tracing, and they're just hyping the ray tracing, and I guess the collective public has just kind of yawned and been like, okay.
Is it possible? And I don't remember the release and the lead up to the release of the 200 series and RTX, but
personally, I never had strong feelings about it. I knew it was going to just be a silly feature.
Was it rushed? Is that
actually I think it was, because the performance was just appalling. The performance was absolutely appalling. And I know that it was recently patched in the one game that supports it, which is Battlefield 5. I don't play it. I don't have it. But I know that the performance, I think we were talking about something nearly 50% improved performance with RTX on. So obviously, if they were able to pull such huge performance gains out of just a patch, like, you know, they definitely rushed it, and it was definitely not.
So this is,
and not only that, but the performance was really abysmal. Like, if you had to have a 2080. I remember seeing some benchmarks, and if you wanted to play at the highest set at 1080p, and achieve 60 FPS at a good stable level, you needed to have a 2080 Ti, which is $1,000+ car, like at 1080p. What?
That's
Seriously? It was abysmal. I'm telling you, the performance was so terrible, and that I'm sure that contributed somewhat to the perceived issues with RTX.
and that's why
Yeah,
that's what I was
performance was
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, you know, I was like, I didn't remember, but like, if things had been rushed, which
But
it
not
sounds
only
like they
that,
have
it's
been,
it's kind of like VR. There's not much support for it yet. People have to make games for it. And
that is
of
the
course,
other problem.
it doesn't take. Of course, they can just go to EA and DICE and who make the game and say, hey, we want you to add this because, of course they will do that. They're a big budget company that will absolutely spend that kind of money so that they can have the bragging rights of that in their game, right? But most games aren't going to have it. It's going to be the big budget games, and that's it. Nothing else is going to have.
Here's an interesting question, though. So the thing is like, okay, so it sounds like it was
Not for
rushed,
a long time anyway,
right? But okay, it sounds like it was rushed. It seems like it was rushed. If it was, you're right. That's where I was going with that. Is I bet you that created a lot of the problems that we're seeing with the cards right now. And the entire platform. But you're right, support is also another big thing. The thing is and I wonder about this with VR and with RTX and things. Remember when 4K came out? It was kind of, at least I perceived it as this kind of thing where it was somewhat gimmicky for a while, and now look at 4K. It's actually become kind of this...
kind of legitimate thing.
Yeah,
there are cards that can accommodate 4K 60 FPS these days. We're kind of just reaching that point where it's viable.
But I'm not saying just in terms of that. I'm saying, does the support, like with 4K, catch up?
Is that 4K doesn't necessarily need to be supported and have developers dedicated to making it work,
That is true, but displays have to be able to support it. You have to have hardware
cards
that can support
have to be able to power it at a decent frame rate.
That's true too. But remember all the technology around cameras and things like that, that all had to work together in tandem as well to be able to create what is now the expansion of 4K, which is a big thing. And that's what I'm wondering. Is that the same thing that happens with VR and with the RTX platform? Is it just kind of a slow burn right now, and over time it may actually build into something?
I wouldn't be surprised if eventually, yes, we did go that way.
But I don't know. And this is the other question now. What is this opens up some interesting debates too. Is if Nvidia is still having problems as they are right now, does that open the door for Intel and even
it's generation 1 hardware,
Yeah.
That's
and Radeon to come in now, or ATI? No, ATI doesn't exist anymore, does it?
AMD has the Radeon brand.
Right. But ATI doesn't exist anymore.
Had it for a long time.
Right, but
ATI definitely does not exist anymore. You're right.
But does
good, yeah. It would be great because the market is the graphics market is kind of like the CPU market has been for a while.
And that's what I'm wondering.
NVIDIA
is this
basically own?
Right. Is this Radeon
own the high-end market?
Yeah. And is this Radeon in Intel's time?
Radeon would come out with some high-end kit, yeah, it'd be great.
Right.
It'd be awesome.
Is this Radeon in Intel's time to swoop in and to overtake the graphics market possibly? Just as AMD has kind of done with the CPU market right now.
I haven't really heard of any rumors or anything like that that would suggest they're about to do that.
I haven't either. But
I wouldn't complain if they did.
Right.
It would only be good for us.
Right. But I wouldn't doubt that Intel and AMD right now are probably looking at some of that right now. If they're not...
Intel is developing graphics.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hardware.
Right. Exactly. And so it'll be interesting to see that if this decline for Nvidia continues, does that open the door for these other companies to come in and present something that is just awesome? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, Nvidia's quite far ahead on that, but
That
it would
is
be
true.
definitely neat if they did that.
That is true. And while Intel has not been in the discrete graphics market, they are the largest producer of graphics out there, I guess. Isn't that what we said? Something like that?
They are. It's on board.
So I'm sure that they have to know a little bit something of what they're doing. So, anyways, it's an interesting time in the tech world right now. So, I don't know. I think that it's awesome to see the kind of what like AMD has brought with Ryzen now and how it's affected the consumer market for CPUs. And I think it would be cool to have something on the graphics side that shakes that up a little bit too. Create some competition in there.
For sure.
And, you know, create just this explosive nature for the graphics market like AMD has done for the processor market right now. So, anyways, so we'll see what happens with that. But, you know, is Nvidia losing their hype? But see, this is the problem. Like you said, there's not really something to replace Nvidia right now. So,
well, it's also this was the first generation of that hardware,
right?
so I'm sure it will get better.
Right, I'm sure it'll get better, but like, even still, like it was kind of horrible. Or at
It
least
could also now remember I'm not even convinced that it's the fault of the hardware. The hardware, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if we know enough about the hardware to make a judgment and say.
And
I think
that's the other problem too.
But it's going to improve so much in software.
That is also the other side of things. Yeah, we don't have all the facts, I guess, but just based off of what I've seen, the experience has not been great yet.
Yeah, I think that's a software issue more than anything, though.
So, anyways, ooh, well, you're not into like home automation or anything, but Google is going to be selling the Home Hub with 2 home mini speakers for just $129. So, that's kind of cool. I think like a Christmas bonus. Anyways.
Neat.
Here's what they say. You're basically getting $20 off the Home Hub and 2 minis for free, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. Okay. I was gonna talk about something else with you, but now I can't remember what it was. So, man. Nope. Totally don't remember. So, anyways. Must have not been that important then. So, no. I was just looking to see if something would jog my memory on it, but I can't remember what it was going to be. So, anyways. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it a show for this week. And with that, I have nothing else to add. I doubt Zach does.
Nope.
So,
I'm good.
As usual. So, that moment where you hit a button and your window like minimizes, I thought I accidentally closed OBS. So,
That'd be funny.
It kind of would be funny. Anyways. All right. Well, that does it for us this week. Like if you like, dislike if you didn't like, subscribe below, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next week here on the Ram Show.